I would expect Kurt to kind of make the move down south and sign with the Falcons. They have a young core of exciting playmakers there and an offensive line that ranked fourth in PFF's final offensive line rankings of 2023. Yeah, so today, Ian and I are going to take a look at the top players that are slated to reach free agency and try to predict where they might end up. We will be ruling out players that already been tagged or rumored to receive that tag in some form. So that will rule out some of the big name players like Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins and Giant safety Xavier McKinney, as it has been reported that the Bengals are going to franchise tag Higgins and McKinney will receive that transition tag. So with that out of the way, let's dive in.
Yep, let's get into it. Starting off, we're going to go with Chris Jones, who is arguably the top player in free agency heading into the 2024 offseason. The three-time Super Bowl champion has been pivotal in the Chiefs dynasty run as he has provided key performances in both their wins over the San Francisco 49ers in Super Bowl 54 and 58. He is one of the only D tackles in the NFL who has been able to play anywhere near the level of Aaron Donald when it comes to rushing the passer. Jones was drafted by Kansas City in the second round of the 2016 NFL Draft and has been with the team ever since. He is finally getting his first chance to test free agency as he heads into his age 30 season, though. The Chiefs did make a decision to pick up an option in his contract, which both pays Jones just over $4 million in earned incentives, but also gives the club the right to place the franchise tag on him. The franchise tag this year is expected to be about $32 million for his position, and the expectation is that the Chiefs won't place it on him. So with that, I would expect Jones to test free agency, but ultimately, I do think he ends up back with the Chiefs. The idea of chasing a three-peat in a fourth ring in the city you have spent your entire career with is just too good for Jones to pass up. I would expect him to re-sign with Kansas City on a 3-year, $86 million deal.
Next, we have Mr. Cole's Cash himself, Kirk Cousins. Cousins just wrapped up his 6th year in Minnesota, and as we all know, he got injured back in Week 8 against Green Bay and missed the rest of the season. Cousins was originally drafted by Washington in the 4th round of the 2012 NFL Draft and has essentially played on a guaranteed contract since Washington started franchise tagging him back in 2016. He was once again tagged in 2017 and then received 2 fully guaranteed contracts with the Vikings. Cousins played really well in his time in Minnesota, but he was never really able to get over that playoff hump, only winning 1 playoff game in his time there. The Vikings have been looking for a young replacement for a while now, and Cousins seems to be ready to move on to a team that's able to compete right now. As we mentioned in our Justin Fields trade video, I would expect Kurt to kind of make the move down south and sign with the Falcons. They have a young core of exciting playmakers there and an offensive line that ranked 4th in PFF's final offensive line rankings of 2023. They really are a quarterback away from winning the bad NFC South. The Falcons have the cap space to hold his contract, which they have over $40 million in cap space right now. He will probably get a 3-year, $120 million deal with $2 million in cold cash. Come on, Kirk, go get yourself some more polos, man.
Oh, Jesus. You gotta get that. It's all about the cold cash, guys. It doesn't count towards the cap. Next, we have Saquon Barkley. Saquon testing free agency was pretty much determined the last offseason when the Giants made the choice to give Daniel Jones a contract extension and place the franchise tag on Saquon instead of extending him. Saquon is coming off a solid season after playing on that franchise tag, finishing top 10 in rushing yards per game. Saquon has been an explosive playmaker since being drafted by the Giants 2nd overall in the 2018 NFL Draft. Barkley has been the focus point of the Giants offense since the first time he stepped on the field for them. And he has found success putting up 1,000 scrimmage yards in almost every year he has been in the NFL. The only 2 exceptions were when he tore his ACL in 2020 and was still trying to recover the following year. Barkley is not only a dynamic runner, though, he is also an excellent pass catcher out of the backfield. He should be looking for a situation where he doesn't have to carry the entire offense anymore and can play with an excellent young quarterback. I think it makes the most sense to pair him with C.J. Stroud. of the Houston Texans. I know the Chargers are a popular pick right now, but if they aren't willing to pay Austin Eckler, I don't see them paying Saquon. Saquon would give Stroud an excellent run game that he can rely on, as well as another pass catcher that he can check it down to when things aren't going right. Saquon will probably get a 3-year deal worth $33 million.
Saquon with CJ Stroud in the offense would be crazy. Moving on, we have Danielle Hunter. Hunter has been a star for Minnesota since he was drafted there in the third round of the 2015 draft. He had a career year in 2023 where he put up 16 and a half sacks and earned his 4th Pro Bowl nod. Due to a deal he received with the Vikings last season, he's set to become a free agent this year, and the Vikings are actually not allowed to place their franchise tag on him, allowing him to finally test the market for the first time in his career. He does have a little bit of an injury history. He did miss 26 games over the last 4 seasons, but he has had 2 back-to-back seasons without missing a single game. I would expect Hunter to stay in the NFC North and sign with the Chicago Bears. The Bears would love to bolster that edge spot, right? Him with opposite Montez Sweat will be scary. I think that'd be a great fit for him. The Bears are second in the league in cap space right now, so they have plenty of money to give out. I think the Bears will give him a 3-year, $66 million deal.
Yeah, that'd be a scary signing for them. I mean, so when quarterbacks are being hunted by them, they'll really have to sweat.
I like that. I think I need to get like a hoodie if that actually happens. I am a Bears fan, so
that was terrible.
That would be that's good. I like it. You know,
that was bad, and I feel bad for saying it. Lastly, we have King Derrick Henry himself. Henry has been the league's leading rusher since he entered as a second-round pick in the 2016 draft. Since then, no other running back has put up more rushing yards than Henry himself has. He has also stayed fairly healthy for his career, only missing 11 games in his 8 seasons. Derrick has led the league in rushing twice in his career. He finished last season actually second in rushing on the least amount of attempts he has had in a healthy season since 2018. So he had a much reduced workload, but still finished second in the league in rushing. That just kind of shows that he isn't slowing down yet. So Derrick is a high-volume rusher. He needs to go to a team where he can carry the load. The Ravens seem like a perfect fit for Henry, and the Ravens are consistently one of the top rushing teams in the league every year. In fact, they led the league last year with almost 550 attempts, and that's with losing, I think, 4 running backs. They also have a problem keeping backs healthy. This is a match made in football heaven. I would expect them to sign Henry for a 2-year, $20 million deal.
Man, Lamar Jackson with Derrick Henry back there, sheesh, that would be nice. That would be crazy.
That would be. Can you imagine the RP or the play, not play action, the option off of that,
dude?
Where you get to attack Lamar on the edges and running up the middle with Henry.
Yeah, especially if like J.K. Dobbins can come back healthy too and stay healthy and stuff like that. Sheesh, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. But y'all, tell us what you think. Those are our top 5 free agents. Let us know what you think, where they will land. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's a huge help for us. We are a smaller channel. We're trying to get our feet underneath us and get this thing going. And again, until next time, this has been the RFL Show.